Hello. I am Miss Zainab, a lecturer at University of Babylon. Welcome to our first online lecture. So today you will learn about the problems in morphemic analysis, affixes and inflectional suffixes. Many bound bases in English are derived from other languages, which are the Latin and Greek. An example is the morpheme scent, which is a bound base that is derived from Latin and means feel. The morpheme scent occurs in a number of words with the meaning feel, as in the words sentiment, consent and resent. There are other bound bases such as phot and photo, which mean light, mes and meso, which mean hate, tele and tel, which mean distant. Although identifying morphemes appears simple, there are serious difficulties in morphemic analysis. Let's see what these difficulties are. The first problem is that everyone has a particular set of morphemes that he knows, and the morphemes can differ from one person to another. For example, there are two persons and each one knows a certain number of morphemes. Tom thinks that the word automobile consists of one morpheme, whereas Dick recognizes that this word consists of two morphemes, which are auto, which means self, and mobile, which means moving. This is due to the fact that Dick already knows these two morphemes and can recognize them in words, whereas Tom does not know these two morphemes. That's why he couldn't recognize them in the word. Although Dick recognized the morphemes in the previous word, but he may not know the three morphemes in the word chronometer, which are chrono, time, meet, to measure, and one who or that which. That's why he may not recognize them. The second problem is that a person may know a certain morpheme, but they may not be able to recognize it in certain words. For example, most speakers of English know the morpheme which has the forms and or, and can recognize it in many words like singer and actor. But speakers may not recognize this morpheme in words like voucher and cracker. The third problem is that of obsolescence. There are morphemes that are no longer used by speakers, as they fade away throughout time. For example, the word winsome had two morphemes, which were win and some. The base morpheme win is obsolete now and no longer used. So, the word consists of one morpheme, called monomorphemic word. The fourth difficulty lies in the fact that metaphors die throughout time and with the change of language. For example, the morpheme prehend means seize and occurs in several words with this meaning, as in the words apprehend and prehensile. But in the word comprehend, its metaphorical meaning seize mentally is dead, because nowadays, the word means merely understand. The last problem is related to additive meanings. There are no limits with meaning, and word meaning tends to be unstable, because it may fade away altogether. When morphemes combine and form words, their meanings tend to change. For example, the morpheme pose means place and occurs in several words with this meaning. But in the words suppose and repose, its meaning has changed. An affix is a bound morpheme that occurs before or within or after a base. There are three kinds of morphemes, which are prefixes, infixes and suffixes. Prefixes are bound morphemes that occur before the base morpheme. Usually, their meaning are of English prepositions and adverbials. An example is the word imperfect, which has the prefix sim and the base perfect. Infixes are bound morphemes that occur within a word. They are of two types. They can be additions within a word. An example of this type is the word unjutatable, in which the preposition at is kept as an infix in the adjective form of this word. The other type is the replacement, which occur in noun plurals, as the infix e in the word geese, which replaces the morpheme mu in goose. They occur also in the past tense and past participles of the verbs, such as the o of chose and chosen replacing the u of choose. Suffixes are bound morphemes that occur after a base. Unlike prefixes, more than one suffix can occur in one word. An example is the word normalizers, which has the four suffixes al, is, and s. There are 9 inflectional suffixes. These are noun plural as in dogs, oxen and mice, noun singular possessive as in boys, noun plural possessive as in boys and men's, present third person singular as in vacate. Present participle as in discussing, past tense as in chewed and rode, past participle as in chewed, eaten and swam, comparative as in bolder, sooner and nearer, and superlative as in boldest, soonest and nearest. There are 4 characteristics of inflectional suffixes. 1. They do not change the part of speech, as in the words sled and sleds, both of which are nouns. 2. They occur at the end of the word, as in the words shortened and villainies. They occur in all the stems of a given part of speech. For example, the present third person suffix occurs with all the main verbs, as eats and motivates. Only one inflectional suffix can occur at the end of a word, as in the words working and written. Now, let's have a look at the summary of this lecture. There are 5 serious problems in morphemic analysis. Affixes are of three types: prefixes, infixes and suffixes. There are 9 inflectional suffixes, with 4 characteristics that differentiate them from derivational suffixes. Have you learned? If you have any questions, please get in touch. I am here to help you.